Hello, morning. Happy Monday morning to you. If this is your first time joining one of my live broadcasts, my name is Steve Nahart, and I just want to thank you for jumping on this morning. Today, I'm grateful for all the things that are are steadily coming into view in my life. Those of you who know me, you know that I'm a visionary. I've always been somebody rich with ideas, rich with imagination. Uh, and I'd say maybe about a decade ago, I was ripe with ideas that would die in my mind up until trailblazers.fm, up until the podcast. And maybe it's the experiences and the wisdom I've gained from interviewing now over 200 plus really successful Black professionals, leaders, and entrepreneurs. But over that time, I've learned now over the last 5 to 7 years that if something's going to happen, I have to begin to take those ideas, take that imagination and those dreams and put them into action, which brings me to my call to action for today, which is for each of you, and I'm calling myself out on this one as well. It's a time for us to take action. We all have these amazing dreams and ideas, but what I realize is that very few, the successful do, but very few are willing to stick through those challenges, the detours, the pain, the failures that come along with trying to turn those ideas into reality. But you and I, we must begin to take the things of our imagination and find ways to turn and to tweak, to develop that substance, and that requires a ton of ongoing action. You're going to feel as though you've hit walls, you've failed. But if you're doing the work, if you're taking the hard, repetitive action and working through the certain failures that are going to come up again and again, you will see success in the long term. Right? There are things that I've been working at for, like this podcast, for 5+ years. I've been ripe with failure over and over and over again. Live stream. Many of you who have been hanging with me through the course of this year, you have seen me go through failure after failure after failure, right? With things not working according to plan. Let me just pause here and just say good morning. Good morning to all of you who are hanging with us this morning. I see Sheldon's in the room. I see Annette. I appreciate you guys coming in this morning. I'm seeing a lot of LinkedIn users. It's odd to me that LinkedIn will often flag someone and not show me their name. And that's interesting to me. Still trying to figure that out. It happens sometimes with YouTube and definitely with Facebook. I do these lives through a platform called StreamYard. And so big ups to all of you who are in our live feed. I'll definitely jump onto LinkedIn's platform directly today and make sure I connect with you. But through StreamYard, that's kind of what I'm seeing. But listen, you've got to do the work. You and I have got to take, again, coming back to it, we have to take those repetitive actions this week, this month, this year. If you've laid out those big goals, what I love to call the big, hairy, audacious goals that you hope to accomplish in the next 3 to 10 years. They're big, lofty ideas that you have that aren't going to come this week, but you need to take actions this week if you're going to realize those goals in 3 years. If you feel me, hit me up in the comments and let me know. You know what, Stephen, you're nagging me right now, and you're speaking to a real issue that I need to take action, right? And I was thinking this weekend about this, right? There are ideas I've been birthing, right? I've been working at literally this summer makes 3 years, right? That I'm working on one particular project, and it's been a lot of labor. And I thought of an expectant mother in labor pains, right? Like that pregnant lady, you're gonna have some period, a defined period of pain in order to give life to that idea in your mind, right? For a mother, it's giving life to that baby. For you, it's giving life to that dream, that idea that you have. That expectant mother knows that she must endure a period of temporary, unbearable, unimaginable pain. And she's willing, because she knows that that labor pain will bring new life. So taking action is sometime towards that dream, towards that idea, is sometimes going to feel like labor pains. For the moms that are rocking with me this morning, happy belated Mother's Day. We celebrate you because you experienced not only 10 months of carrying a baby, but you had to birth that child into the world, whether naturally or by C-section, whatever process you went through, it was painful. The time following that has been painful, right? And yet you continue, we as parents, we continue to love on our babies, no matter whether they are 3 or 33, right? We continue to love on them, and we will always love on them, because as parents, there's that unconditional love for your child. In the same way, I implore you, I encourage you, I challenge you to work through the labor pains of bringing your your idea to life. And that requires you to take action beginning right now. It's time to take action. That's my word of the week. That's my challenge to you today, to go out today, to rise above, to go way beyond, and to blaze that trail by taking the next step, taking that next imperfect action towards that dream, that idea, what God has planted on your mind over a certain period of time. And here's my last point for today. Someone is waiting on you to take that action. You're the only person that can take a very specific step that God has placed on your heart and in your mind. And unless you take that action and be obedient to that call, then you are holding someone else up. I've seen this over and over and over again. By my taking an action to create this podcast and do it again and again, by my taking this action to go live in live stream and do it again and again, I've planted seeds in many others. Maybe I've planted a seed in you to do the same, to create a podcast, to create a live stream, to create content. Maybe it's through the content that we have created and you've heard something shared from one of the 200 people that we have featured now on the podcast. And that's been something that engaged you, that moved you to take a particular action. If I didn't do that, if I didn't create that podcast, you wouldn't have heard that word. So what is it that you're holding up because you're worried, because you're afraid, because you're concerned, because of imposter syndrome, because of whatever that is? I encourage you today to take that action, because what's happening is until you take that action, right, somebody else is paralyzed to take theirs. And so go out this week. Time to take action, guys. Have a fantastic Monday. Have a fantastic week. Hit me up. Make sure you share this video with somebody who you know needs to hear this message today. All right? Go out and make it a great week. Cheers.